Hello, dear friends. Hello, dear colleagues. Welcome to my first live session on YouTube. I'm a little bit excited and a little bit nervous because it's my first time. And please let me know if you can hear and see me okay. Please put a plus in our chat box, colleagues. And there is some delay in video and audio. It means about 30 seconds. You're going to listen and see me later, unfortunately. Okay, I see pluses now here. Okay, colleagues, thank you for supporting me and our new format of my help for you. And okay, so if somebody doesn't know me, I would like to introduce myself shortly. I'm Dmitry Hokhlov. I'm a passionate learner and teacher of foreign languages. So I teach three languages: English, German, and Spanish. And at the moment, I'm learning Portuguese and Arabic. I'm a professional certified coach by the International Coach Federation. I've been doing coaching since 2014, and I'm very happy because I combine two my passions and hobbies: languages and coaching. And these live sessions will be every Sunday for all people who are interested in languages and coaching. So, and it's my pleasure to spend with you these 30 minutes. So, now I want to ask you, please write in our chat box. It should be on the right from the video window. Please write your name and city, country you are from. So, I want to know a little bit about you. Please write this short information in our chat box. So I would like to introduce the agenda to you meanwhile. So our live session will be about 20 and 30 minutes. First, I'm going to talk about the topic, the most important thing when learning languages. But I don't like to have just lecture. I don't like just to talk because we are partners and we're going to exchange information with each other. But unfortunately, I can't hear you, I can see you, but I can read you. That's why I'm going to ask some questions and please answer them. But I need to remember that you're going to answer a little bit later with some delay of between 20 and 30 seconds of delay. So it means we're going to be together for about 20-30 minutes. The first half, I'm going to talk about the topic, and every Sunday it will be different topic. And then I'm waiting for your questions. It's a unique chance for you to ask any questions you have connected with languages and coaching. And of course, I want to be very helpful for you. And you can write your questions right now, or you can prepare them. And then in the second part of our live session, you can write your questions in our chat box. So, okay, we have Oksana from Saratov, Tatiana from Regensburg, Germany, Elena from Canada, wow, Natella from Yoshkarla, Evgenia, okay. Colleagues, I know you, of course, and for me, it's a double pleasure to have all of you today in my first live session. Okay, so as you know, the topic of today's session is the most important thing when learning languages. Please write in our chat, what's in your opinion the most important thing, just one thing that you find the most important when learning any foreign languages. Please answer this question. So the most important thing for you when you are learning languages. And meanwhile, I'm going to talk about my experience. Of course, we have a lot of things to take into consideration. Yeah. So our time management, our motivation, our goals, supportive environment, the best materials, how to learn any languages easily with fun and with big pleasure. Okay, so now I'm going to receive your answers. So motivation, interest, passion, discipline, regularly, passion. So big why. Okay, wonderful answers, and you all are right. All these things are very important for us when we are learning or teaching foreign languages. But as for me, the number one thing is love. Everything starts with love. And all language learners are they love the language or they fall in love with a new language. Yeah. So today's topic is love, how to love languages or how to fall in love with languages. Yeah. So, and I want to use our coaching tool, our coaching scale. Let's take a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is you love the language. Let's take English. And 1, you don't like, you hate the language. Where are you now? Please put in our chat box. Where are you now on this scale of loving English? Where 10, you completely love it, and 1, you hate it. Okay, we have 10, 7, 9, 10. Of course, I believe that everybody who is today, right now with us, you all love languages and you adore English, of course. So I can see very high points. Anna is writing, how can you love what you don't know yet? Anna, how can you love what you don't know yet? But you know English, yeah? So if you studied English at school, at university, you know what is it. But you should be clear what it can be for the future. So, but of course, maybe we can go into details a little bit later. So everything, I believe it's my theory that everything starts with love. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about my experience in languages connected with love. As I told you, everything starts with love. And I remember when I was learning German, it was my foreign language at school. So I fell in love with German that time, and I wanted so much to go to a big city. So to Irkutsk, it's my hometown in Siberia, then to go to Moscow to be a translator, to be interpreter, to be a teacher, and to use German and other languages fluently. So I fell in love how people speak. I watched some films on television. Of course, I watched German films in Russian at that time because we didn't have opportunity with the internet right now, because nowadays we can watch a lot of different series in any languages on YouTube or on the internet. But I fell in love with German, sorry, because I'm thinking now at the same time. So I wanted so badly to be a person who speaks German fluently. And I loved when I heard some German were speaking. I loved the sound they were producing. So I fell in love with German. So I had a positive mindset about German. So Anna, but you asked before you start learning. So I got surprised. Okay, Anna. Okay, so if you want to learn French, yeah, for example, you can fall in love with France. You can fall in love with French literature, with French culture. Yeah. So for me, it's love. So you should have positive emotional attitude or mindset when you start or when you continue learning any foreign languages. So, and I want to ask you a question. So let's take English or maybe another language you are learning right now. So, what are 3 things that come into your mind when you hear this language? Let's say you hear German, you hear English, whatever language you are learning right now. What 3 things, associations come into your mind? Please share with us in our chat. I'm very curious about your associations with a language you are learning or practicing right now. So Natella is writing, before I start learning Spanish, I love Spain. Yes. So Usually we start to fall in love with culture, with people, and then we can fall in love with the language. Yeah. So, Natalia, German, Leipzig and Bach. Tatiana, music, Spanish. Oksana, easy, interesting, smart. Anastasia, freedom, opportunity. Evgenia, beauty, energy, freedom, English. Of course, every person has his or her unique associations connected with that language. But from my experience, sometimes people come to me and they tell me, Dmitry, please teach us English or German, but we don't love it. We hate German, we hate English, but we have to study it. And it's a good time to think. So, do you need to learn this language? If you need, so how can you love it? How can you have positive associations with this language? For me, so if we use a metaphor, language is always a state, it's image, it's some feeling. Yeah. So when I'm thinking about Spanish, for me, it's of course, it's sea, it's beaches, it's water, blue water. It's a beautiful sea and it's a lot of sun. And when I imagine all the things, I want to learn, I want to practice Spanish. And so my idea is, if you want to fall in love more with the language, if you want to love more the language you are studying, please think what associations can help you, what positive mindset, positive thoughts can help you improving your language. One more important thing. So sometimes I can see that my students can be a little bit tensed, when they are learning a language. Okay, relaxation instead of tension. It's for me, it's one important thing. If your body is tensed, if you are not so relaxed, so you can't love what you're doing. You can't love, enjoy, and practice the language. Okay, please pay attention to your body. What's your body like? It's tensed, it's relaxed. So, and how can you relax your body? Yeah, it's a good question. Please observe in the next days when you do something connected with languages. So, what about your body language? What sensations you have in your body? What is your body saying to you? And if you feel kind of tension or negative feelings or sensations, so how can you turn them into positive ones? How can you get relaxed and enjoy the language? Yeah. So, colleagues, I see your answers in a chat box. Thank you for that. Okay, and of course, for me, I love all languages, and culture helped me to fall in love with all languages I teach and learn, and of course, my hobbies, culture and hobbies. Please think, what do you love? What do you love in general in your life? What activities do you spend a lot of time for? How do you spend your free time? So I can recommend you, maybe not now, but after our meeting, please make a list of hobbies, values, important things you love and you value in your life. Just make a list. For example, you love music, you love freedom, you love books, you love traveling, and then please connect each thing you have on your list with the language you are learning at that moment. And I'm sure you can find these connections or bridges between what you love in general in your life and how can you combine all the things you love with the language you are learning. When you find these connections, when you find these bridges, I'm sure you will fall in love with that language even more, every day, more and more. So I want to read your answers in our chat box. So English Greenwich and Katie Cirque, Spanish Tenerife with steady and flamenco, beauty, culture, passion. I feel it's my close own language. Yeah, books, English, traveling, Germany. Okay, colleagues, if you remember where you now on this scale of loving the language, yeah? So some of you put 10, it's wonderful. So, but we have 7, we have 9. Okay, but we have very, very high scores. Okay, so please think right now. Let's think together. Please use the ideas I gave to you from my experience. So, what can help you to love the language you are studying even more? Please think and share with us your ideas in our chat box. What can help you to love this language even more? So now, as you know, some of you know that I'm learning Portuguese and Arabic. And in 3 weeks, I'm going to the Emirates. I love traveling. For me, it's number one on this list, things I love to do. And all languages I use when traveling. And for me, it's the best moment when I can speak with local people, when I can make friends with local people, you know. And it will be my second Arab speaking country. So my first country was Egypt. I visited it maybe 3, 4 years ago, but at that time I didn't speak Arabic. Now I can speak Arabic a little bit, so I'm learning it and I'm going to practice it in the Emirates. So traveling for me it's my highest hobby, my biggest passion. Yeah, traveling and languages. For me, it's almost the same because you know languages it's my love, it's my passion, but it's kind of tool. And using this tool, I mean English, German, Spanish, whatever, can open a lot of doors for me to all things I love and adore in my life. Traveling, communication with people, new friends, new career, new projects, international projects. So, okay, so we have books, courses in the chat. I like to hear how I speak French, progress, to communicate with people, be among them, to be connected, traveling too. For me, the same. Good literature and interesting translations to it at the same time. Okay, of course, you are already in love with the language. I can see it, and some of people will see it in the recording. So please, you can put it here at break. You can have a break here and just to think again about the same question. What do you love in your life? What do you estimate so much? What activities do you have in your free time? So then you have a list, and then you can combine with a new language you are learning right now. And I'm sure if you do it, so you will love this language even more. And then if you love the language, you will enjoy it. So the second is to enjoy the language. But if you love it, if you are relaxed, so of course you will enjoy practicing the language. Okay, I think it will be all. That's all for today about my expertise. And now we have about 10 minutes, and I would like to answer your questions. So let's move to the second part. And for me, it would be great to answer your questions. Please use our chat box and write your questions about everything. So you can ask questions about the topic of today's meeting. So the most important thing when learning languages, it's love from my perspective. But you can ask any questions connected with languages, with coaching. It's your time. And of course, I would like to be the most useful for you right now. And of course, you can help me to define the topics for the next sessions. I will use your questions, or maybe you have the ideas for the next sessions, for our next live sessions. What topics would you like to have and to discuss together? So the first question, Evgenia, from Evgenia, what new language you would like to fall in love with? Evgenia, it's a good question, and maybe you know the answer. I think you know the answer. So it will be French. It will be my next language after Arabic and Portuguese. So it will be French. I already know two languages I would like to study in the future, French and Japanese. Actually, I studied a little bit French at school, but it was about 6 months, and now I totally forgot it. But I love Paris, I like French people, I like French music, and I'm already in love with French. But I think in 1, 2 years, I'm going to have more time to love French even more and to study it finally. Evgeny, you didn't know. Okay. I think I mentioned it about French and Japanese. So, but not for now. Now my focuses are Arabic and Portuguese. And of course, I'm not so good, or I'm trying to be better at time management. And in some of our live meetings, we're going to talk about obstacles, what stops us from being successful at learning languages. Because I'm ordinary person, sometimes I can have problems too with time management. And now I don't want to start French because I don't have enough time. Now it's time for Arabic and Portuguese. Even now I have sometimes problems to divide my time between two languages. Okay, from Natalia. I like to paint with watercolor, and the best advices I have found in English. And I want to start Portuguese. Wonderful. A question from Anastasia Petrenko. Could you give 5 tips for the best progress in any language? Okay, it's a good question. So 5 tips for the best progress in any language. Okay, the first tip, of course, please love what you do. It means love this language. So actually it was our topic for today. So if you love the language, the second tip is enjoy it. Find the ways how you can enjoy the language. Please choose the materials you love. Okay, please play with the language, enjoy it. So the second tip is to think how you can enjoy the studying process. Not only love the language, but enjoy the process of studying this language. It's my second recommendation. My third recommendation is, and I think it's very important, to know your big why. So what for? What are you learning this language for? What's your big life vision? What's your strategy and mission? What would your life look like in 1 year, in 3 years, in 5 years? So number three is a big picture, is a clear picture of your future. So what for? What for do you need this new language? I guess it was number three, if I'm not mistaken. Number four, supportive environment. It's very important not to be alone with the language. Okay, please find people you can learn this language with. Please find some people who can support you just with great, well done, good job. Please keep on doing that. Okay, we need support. We need support from friends, from close people. And number five, but I think maybe it's not the right order. And number five, of course, is to find or the best teacher, or the best program, or the best direction and the best materials. Okay, so where you can study language together, okay, with some experts on this. Okay, maybe these are my spontaneous ideas about 5 recommendations. Okay, Oksana, how do you learn Arabic? Maybe some interesting things. Okay, yeah. How I'm learning Arabic? I'm learning Arabic on my own. I'm not taking any courses. I've bought some books with dialects. I prefer having some books with audio dialects and audio. And of course, I have already met some native speakers, some Arabic native speakers, and I'm trying to communicate with them. And now I will give you a very good resource for finding native speakers of any language you want. Maybe you know this platform. It's called Interpulse, and I use it on a regular basis. So I have some friends from Egypt, from Tunisia, from Morocco, and by the way, these are all countries I'm going to visit in the near future. So on this platform, you can find people, you can practice languages with them, and then you can meet in person if you're going to visit these countries, or you can invite your new friends to visit your hometown, your home country. So for now, all this, I use only these ways of learning Arabic. Okay, question from Evgenia. How to improve English pronunciation for future? Okay. I'm not perfect at pronunciation, so I'm not a big expert, and so I know everybody needs to improve their pronunciation all their life. So what works for me? I have on YouTube some interesting channels with native speakers, and I subscribe to their channels. And on a regular basis, I watch some videos of them. I put stop, I stop, and I repeat. So my recommendation, and it works for me well. So please subscribe to some interesting channels with native speakers with clear pronunciation. Listen to them, but not just passive listening. Listen one sentence, hear one sentence, then click stop and repeat. Try to imitate these sounds. Try to imitate the melody, intonation of the language. For me, pronunciation are not only about sounds, it's about melody, it's about intonation. Just try to copy native speakers. Okay. How do you feel it's time now to study the next language? Tatiana, it's a very good question. So I think it's crucial important. It was the same situation in my life last year when I started learning Arabic. I felt that I achieved big progress in Portuguese. I felt that yes, I achieved the intermediate level of Portuguese and I would like to have a new language. And then we had a World Cup in Russia. And as you know, next World Cup in football will be in Qatar. And I was thinking, okay, actually, I wanted to study Arabic some years ago, and I like the culture. So I would like to visit some pyramids, and I want to have some new friends. So answering shortly, if you feel that you have achieved some progress in the previous language, in my case it was Portuguese, it's a great time to start a new language. Yeah, but it's not so easy to learn two languages at the same time. That's why please first achieve some good level of one language, and then you can just maintain this level, or okay, just learn but not so intensively, and after that you can start a new language. Okay, colleagues, we have 1 minute, but I see your questions, and I will answer them in our next meeting, or I will take your questions to the topics of sessions, because we are not saying goodbye to each other. It's only the first meeting, and I'm very happy, and I didn't notice the time. It was pleasure to have all of you, and please, put it into your agenda, into your calendar. Every Sunday, 9 o'clock Moscow time, the live session. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe below this video, and please click on a bell, колокольчик. And you will get notifications every time when I start live session. So let's finish for now. And I was very happy to have all of you. I wish you a good week. Please put some interesting goals for the next week for your new language. And of course, see you next Sunday. And by the way, one more thing. Every Tuesday, I'm going to have some live sessions on Facebook in Russian. Please follow me on Facebook, and then we will have two live sessions every Sunday in English on YouTube and every Tuesday at 12 o'clock Moscow time on Facebook in Russian. The topics will be different. So, colleagues, let's finish finally. Have a great Sunday and have a great week. So, see you next Sunday. And please prepare your questions. Yeah, see you. Bye bye.